What's up, everybody? King of Filmmaker coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on Cocoscope as well as my Telegram channel t.me/KingofFOMO1. Alright, so this is going to be my full YouTube video review about Up2Give. Here's my video about this platform. So a couple of things to talk about first. If you guys would like to actually private message me or even just leave in the comments section your referral link to Up2Give, I will be featuring that on the top of this video. Now, the positive about you guys sending me some of your referral links is that you might be guaranteed to get some referrals, because this will almost undoubtedly be the top video on YouTube about Up2Give, just because Up2Give personally, they've banned people from making videos, so it's kind of discouraged from doing that. So there's no competition when it comes to the videos here. This will probably have hundreds of views and be on the top. So that's a benefit to sending me, private messaging me your referral link. Now, other things to add to that is I will also be taking referral links just randomly from people that I see on the internet and putting them on the top of this video. So you don't even have to private message me anything. There'll just be a bunch of different referral links on the top. And that's my way of giving back to you guys who are currently in Up2Give. So we're going to be answering that question, because there is a question mark on the title of that video. Can you make $700,000 with the Up2Give platform? Well, possibly. That's the short answer to that, is possibly you can make up to $700,000 with a very, very small investment into this company, and you can get that back potentially. So let's get into how the company works itself, and I encourage you guys to stick around to the end to really understand what I'm talking about here with Up2Give, and see if it's worth joining or not, and see if you guys can make an educated decision about what you're doing. Other things to fully disclose here: I don't have any skin in the game. I don't have an Up2Give account. Well, at least I probably won't have one by the time this video releases, because of what I said earlier. Also, I don't know everything about the company. I did not create the company. I'm bound to make mistakes about what I talk about. I'm still learning about it, and I encourage you guys to make sure that you follow the white paper or follow the company itself if you want to get fully 100% accurate information. But of course, there's nothing wrong with making a video review of talking about something. That's just something that you can do because of the freedom of speech. All right. Let's get down to it. This is what the website looks like, the Up2Give website. You have your donations page. It costs about $100, $99 to join the platform to start out. Once you've joined the platform, you can definitely do some different types of upgrades by donating to other people. Now, they don't like to call themselves this, but it is what it is. I mean, you can put a dress on a dog and call it something else, but it's still a dog. This is a crowdfunding campaign type of website. What that means is you create your own campaign. It can be whatever you want it to be. It could be, hey, I want to raise money to go on a vacation for myself. It could be, say, hey, I want to raise money to help for my cancer treatment. I want to raise money for kids in wherever. That's going to be your story, and you're going to create that story. Once you create your account, people will be able to see that, and they'll be able to join based on if they agree with your story or not. So that's what crowdfunding is, and people will give to you. Now, if you continue giving to other people, then you can get more people to give to you. And so we can go ahead and skip on over to this right here. So this is one of their white paper right here, and we're going to skip to the screen where it shows your earnings potential. So depending on how much you give, 0.1 Bitcoin, 0.2 Bitcoin, 0.5 Bitcoin, or 1 Bitcoin, you can receive a total of 64 Bitcoin back. So that's a lot that you can get. Now, obviously, the probability of that happening is extremely low. With most of these platforms, almost nobody makes it to the very top level. Sometimes people make it to level 5 or level 4, but this is extremely difficult to get to. But technically, it is a possibility. You can get 64 Bitcoin back from putting in a very small amount. If you market it and talk about it to the right people. So that's the gist of how the platform works. Just getting into white paper a little bit more here so you guys can have a bigger, robust understanding of it. So the company claims to be all about philanthropy, education, banking, personal causes, just helping people out altogether. They want to be the most positive company and just be generally an overall help with all of this, because some people do not have banking in their country. Some people do not have education in their country. So they're going to be offering a lot of this stuff to you guys that sign up. How to get started: click on one of the referral links that are randomly placed below, and then you'll be able to create your account. You're going to upload your Bitcoin wallet, you're going to share your story, and then you're ready to go from there. So once you get signed up, I talked about the give and take features in Up2Give. You can give, and you don't have to use the platform to get money. You can just give to a cause if you want to just give to a cause, and depending on how many people you refer and how many people those people refer, you can get some spill up from other people, and you can also just get more funds as people start to upgrade. So in my opinion, with crowdfunding campaigns, the best thing to do is to start this like day one, because if you are late to any crowdfunding campaign, most people already heard about it, or that's when the bad news starts to come out, and you know, the regulatory issues, which I don't think that Up2Give is going to avoid. I think in practice, probably more prone to some of the regulations and legal issues later on down the line. But if you do start with crowdfunding campaigns generally in the beginning, and you build your way up in the very, very beginning, it's pretty easy to get higher up there, as opposed to doing it later and having to compete with a lot of other people who have already built large teams, and just having to compete with more people in general. It just gets a lot harder as time goes down the road. Now, of course, Up2Give is going to claim to, you know, help everybody, and with crowdfunding campaigns, unfortunately, that's not the case. You're kind of on your own when you're doing crowdfunding. Yes, you could get some spillover or some spill under from other people, but the general consensus is that if you're not really doing the work yourself, if you're not trying to get referrals yourself, you really shouldn't expect anything in return. You might get really lucky from getting some returns, but in all honesty, you're probably not going to be lucky unless you're putting in the work and getting these referrals yourself. Okay, so that about covers mostly everything for Up2Give. They do have a founders campaign going on. I think that it might have ended, so I'm not really going to talk about that too much. You just get a little extra benefits and bonuses with what they're doing, giving you tickets to places and launch events and this, that type, and the other thing. So that is Up2Give. If you guys are interested in signing up and checking it out for yourself, you can use one of the links in the description below. I will be changing that on a regular basis, randomly based on who has private messaged me their link, and just based on random message links that I found on the internet. So that is that. Now let's get into the other side of the conversation, the more negative side of the conversation with Up2Give, and that is, well, you can potentially make up to $700,000 with Up2Give, but is it possible? Is it worth doing? In my opinion, no. And the reason why is because of a mixed message in terms of how you're supposed to get people signing up underneath you. So like I said before, some of these companies have issues with regulations all the time, and there's no problem with having issues with regulations and laws. A lot of times companies will just figure that out as they go. But in my opinion, you shouldn't really launch your platform that is geared almost 100% towards telling other people to join the platform if part of their rules is you can't tell other people to join this platform. And that's kind of what one of their terms and conditions, quote unquote, is right now, is that you can't publicly talk about Up2Give anywhere, and if they see you doing it, they're going to ban your account. That's why videos like this are not currently allowed for Up2Give. So that makes it a lot more difficult for just the general public to get the word out there to anybody. If they're especially if this is an internet-based platform, if you don't have a bunch of friends or that you can convince, or a bunch of family members that you can convince to donate you money, then you're out of luck. Now, based on the quote-unquote vision of the company, yes, that fits perfectly. If you have friends and family, then that's what it's supposed to be used for. But kind of the side vision off to the side, what most of these people are joining Up2Give for is because they can market it online on the internet to other people that exist within the internet scape to grow their funds. That's what the majority of people who are signing up for Up2Give are going to do. And because that is brushed under the rug in terms of telling people, hey, you can't actually do that. Like, if you're joining this platform to market to other people on the internet, you shouldn't join it. You're going to be breaking the terms and conditions. Then like that should be extremely clear when they're marketing and telling this to other people. But the fact of the matter is, I have heard about Up2Give from at least 5 different people on the internet. I haven't heard a single person tell me about Up2Give offline in my real life or my family members. So I can already tell you that the majority of the marketing, the majority of the user base in Up2Give are doing it via internet marketing, which is against the rules and subject to get your account banned. Now, the way around this, they say that you can send people private messages, you can do it privately, you can send emails, which technically isn't allowed either because emails are public unless you're sending it to people that you know. They're telling you to do that instead, and in reality, if you're doing that, I have thousands of subscribers and I have a hard enough time getting 13 people underneath me if I get 200, 300, 400 views a day on my videos. So are you really going to get people signing up underneath you if you do a bunch of personal messages? Probably not. So the communication in terms of what people should be expecting when they join Up2Give is very bad at the moment. Now, some other things to note is that it is in pre-launch or pre-launch, as you can say, but I don't think that that's really an excuse, because the whole reason why they're telling people, and this is just my opinion, I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure I'm not, but the whole reason why they're telling people not to market this or not to publicly market this is because of regulatory issues. A lot of times you'll hear companies say, hey, don't talk about this on YouTube, on Telegram, don't talk about this publicly anywhere, because we want to survive, we want to exist. In other words, we want the government to not know that we exist so that the government will not shut us down. Well, in my opinion, if the government's going to shut you down if they know you exist, you shouldn't launch your company. You should get your company, well with the law, okay with the law, okay with the regulations, so that the government's going to have a difficult time or an impossible time shutting you down whether or not people talk about the company. Some other things that go with this is that I know that some of these rules are put into place to protect from skeevy people, and by that I mean that there's always going to be people on the online and the internet anywhere in the world that are going to just try and take advantage of systems and steal money from people. So a lot of times with these crowdfunding campaigns, you'll have an upline, send a blast message out to everybody, and in reality they don't really care about helping anybody else. They're not really going to provide anybody with options or even real information about how the platform works. They just want their $99 or their $60 donation or whatever, so that they can build up their team the highest and they can get the most money out of it, period. Now I understand that there's ways to stop those people and ways to prevent those people from being successful, but at the same time, like I said before, those people will always exist, no matter how you combat them. So even if you ban YouTube videos or you ban public speak about Up2Give, they're still going to do it in other ways privately, where they're going to be scamming people in other ways that they don't know about the platform. So I don't think that that's a very good approach either, to punish everybody, even though these people they're skeevy. They're going to find a way around your arbitrary rules anyway. So with all of those things kind of combined, I don't think that Up2Give is going to be a very good opportunity. They've already gone out and stopped a lot of accounts and just banned a lot of accounts for people publicly talking about them, and that really confuses the vision. Let's go back over to this page right here. Can you get 4, 8, 16 people from just privately telling them about your cause? I'm going to tell you right now, as a person who has done this marketing thing and as a person who has gotten referrals for other things in the past, 16, 8, 4 is a lot of people to convince to hand over some money. And these platforms in particular, these crowdfunding platforms, which are entirely and solely dependent on you getting other people to sign up, are way harder to get people to sign up, because people know that they're not going to be able to get people to sign up very easily, and if it's not passive profits, if they can't sign up and just earn without doing anything, at the very least they're gonna have a very hard time forking over their cash, whether you have the greatest cause in the world or not. So can you get 64 Bitcoin from this? Yes. But are you going to do it? Probably not. You're probably not even going to get one donation from this type of platform because of how difficult it seems to be at the moment with the regulations, the type of platform that it is, and all of that other stuff. So personally, I don't recommend that you sign up for Up2Give. I'm obviously not going to talk about it myself any longer. I thought it was going to be a little bit easier to market. I don't think anybody that signed up underneath me paid their $99, but I would recommend that you don't do that if you did sign up underneath me. But if you did and you want to try it out, then I've given you all the information. As far as I understand, of course I could be wrong, but that's how the company works, that's how the platform operates. I've already been told by a lot of people, take down your video, King of FOMO. You can't post videos about Up2Give. So I'm kind of responding to that with another video that's going to be on the top of the YouTube charts for everybody that's going to join Up2Give. I mean, they're going to search on YouTube for it. They're going to look it up. They're going to try and do some research on Up2Give. And this is my transparent way of talking about the platform, and I'm trying not to give you guys misleading information, but obviously I'm a human being. I don't understand the platform completely, so things are going to be a little bit wrong if you've watched it and you've reviewed it. But of course, I've covered that by saying that you guys need to check out the white paper yourself. There's not that much stuff that's wrong about what I said. I mean, it's just kind of little stuff. I got it directly from the white paper, though. All right, that's everything for today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, join my Telegram channel, t.me/kingoffomo1. Peace out.